Does your brain really think that would work? Is there, or do you realize it's ridiculous?
You know, hope is the last thing to die. Hello, how are you today? It's another beautiful day in paradise.
The Breaking Bad show that you and Barb, I think, were watching.
I never would have watched that if you hadn't told us to watch it.
Did you watch it, though?
Watched it in its entirety. Got addicted to it thanks to
well,
you.
Yeah, I had a hard time with Breaking Bad, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's an evil. That's an evil movie.
You know what's funny about Breaking Bad is the guy who wrote it, or was one of the writers, but the director and producer of it, said that the one thing that made him the most angry at that show was Walter White, the lead character, was a lovable college teacher that had lung cancer and was trying to help his family survive after his death, which is why he started selling and creating this crystal meth. The more evil he got and the worse situations he was in, the more people seemed to love him.
Yeah.
By the last episode, the last season, and the last few episodes, he wanted everyone to hate this guy.
I loved the show on so many elements, but it was so clear to me that the writer was trying to
Well, a guy wearing a white collar, you know.
No, it's literally only for poetic reasons. But the guy who was writing the show was clearly trying to shape the way the audience felt about people, and was not just being true to the characters, and failed at doing so.
Sure.
You look at it. Here is the culprit. This is the man that got us addicted to Breaking Bad. And it was, I can't believe that I continued watching. And then you go, what you do is you watch. Actually, no, you're wrong. You know who was the first? Sopranos.
Yes.
That was the first addiction.
Yes. My wife-to-be at the time and I were dating.
Yeah.
And I was, and still am a big football fan. My wife was going to school, she was a student, and she said, how about if we make this deal? And I said, what? And she goes, I will let you watch football every Sunday without complaining or without making you feel guilty about it. But I'm a Days of Our Lives fan. Can I just, when I have my break at school, I like to eat my lunch and watch Days of Our Lives. I said, that's fine. I was working mostly nights at the time, so I would sit with her, have lunch, and watch Days of Our Lives with her. And then Sunday she would watch.
These are the days of our lives.
And she would let us, and she would sit with me, and we would watch football together.
Yeah.
Well, her schedule changed, my schedule changed, and she's at the tail end of her school, and she had to go during the day and was missing Days of Our Lives. She would come home in the middle of the day every once in a while, and I would be still sitting there watching Days of Our Lives for years to come.
Why do you keep attempting to sing?
Well, people love it, Rhett. You do realize that, right?
Because you're so vulnerable?
Yeah. That's really what it is. Is that you know, they can tell that I'm not a professional.
There's only one thing that might be worse than you. I'm not sure who you got. Barbara.
Yeah, that's what he's told me before.
One person.
You know, the worst part is I actually can sing that song pretty decent.
I heard you sing with the guitar, and I thought it sounded all right.
Yeah. But John Peter.
Remember those people used to get American Idol, and they had no idea.
I know.
I think you know.
Here's the thing, Rhett. I could actually do that song decent, and then John Peter wasn't supposed to play with me. He just happened to know the song, so he just started playing. Well, he played it in a different key, so it was like way too high. So I'm like all of a sudden trying to stretch to get this thing, you know. So he really
Blame it on the piano.
Yeah, he set me up.
Indian River Medical. Oh no. Who's there? Hello, this is Rhett Palmer.
Hi, Mr. Palmer. This is Camille, the nurse at the Indian River Medical Center Endoscopy Department calling. And I'm calling to remind you that on Wednesday the 9th,
Oh yeah.
I'm scheduled for a colonoscopy with Dr. Palmer.
Oh,
Yes.
ouch.
Yes, okay.
That's what you call the inside look at Rhett Palmer's life.
Colonoscopy time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, tomorrow I don't get to eat anything. Black coffee, Gatorade, and applesauce.
This is why Rhett and I like each other, because neither of us can be called fake. And for whatever we can be called, I can be called the most off-putting, off-color pastor in the world, but I cannot be called fake.
They'll be going, oh, it? The pastor and Palmer.
This is how these rumors get started about you and I, Red.
We don't have children.
We don't have children together.
But watch the way we say that. Matter of fact, I can't understand what women see in guys. I don't like guys so much that I would give anything to sit around with a group of women and say, "What is it? What do you have a chip for ugly?"
Can I tell you my favorite story with Red?
What?
So, this one time we're here on the radio.
Can you? I don't know.
And, well, I'm going to. We're on the radio, and Red is just sitting there staring at me. And I think this is off air, to be fair. But he's just staring. He's not saying anything, he's just staring at me. And then he goes, "What do women find attractive about men anyway?" "Excuse me, Red?" He said, "Well,
You remind
your wife is very beautiful, you know? And I'm just wondering, what do women find attractive about men?"
Well, women are just, to me, they're just mystical, wonderful, fantasy characters. I mean, look at them. The eye makeup, and they put the hair, and the thing that doesn't go. I mean, even I walk into church, and I'm sitting behind them, and they got the hair like this, too, and I go, how did they do that? All he ever wanted was a restaurant in the corner of his hometown. Then he accidentally ran into Red Palmer, turned his life around. People coming in to CJ Cannon's saying, "What are you doing with your life? You shouldn't be hanging out with Red Palmer. You need to listen to your wife. Chuck, have you lost your mind?"
Just don't like a cafeteria, or they don't like the corn at Joe Blow's diner. But that doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean the reviewer doesn't have to bring that up. It just means that they don't like it.
So, Rhett, have you realized something?
What?
Here, Chuck Cannon is talking about how bad it is when someone tries to be a critic for restaurants.
He's not listening.
And at the same time, who is your critic when it comes to the movies for the magazines?
There we go. Yeah, you almost had a hornswoggle. You almost had us hornswoggled, boy.
However,
I done forgot about it. I was out there moving the cows around this
Why
morning.
did you do that? Why did you wake him up?
That's true. Here's
But-
the guy that's anti-critic, and this guy's the critic. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at it right there. There, ladies and gentlemen, point the camera over there. There is a living hypocrite right there.
And I don't like doing that. It's just you're making me do it.
I don't like
That's
doing
your
that.
defense. Your defense is, but you made
You're
me.
damn good at it,
He
presenting
bullies me
that.
into
He
doing
made
it.
me do it. He made me do it.
Yeah, really.
That's your only defense. I knew other defenses. I thought you
No,
were
I went for the bully.
I thought you were going to go with, well, the difference is a movie you can watch the entire thing, but you can't actually have every dish of a restaurant offers. You know, you're going to just a taste. But no, it's just, he made me do it.
And you know that men are more apt to approach a woman and pursue her if she's wearing pink?
No,
You know,
I didn't.
I didn't know that either.
because, well, they're more feminine, you know. It's very feminine. I can
Is there
tell you.
research behind this, or is it just
Well,
the
I
mind
could
of
tell
Rhett?
you, I could get into it more, but if you've lived long
the
enough,
mind of
you
Rhett.
might be able to figure
I
out
need the
why.
echo when we say
And
mind of
here,
Rhett.
from the mind of Rhett.
Okay, did he?
Now, are we going to go live for the colonoscopy too, Rhett?
Hey,
Dear God.
hey, you know what?
No.
Actually, why don't you come up with a camera? We
Oh,
should do it.
my.
Listen, what happens if we save one guy's life?
Wear your cowboy
father.
boots.
Colonoscopy. What?
I'll wear my cowboy
Yes.
boots. I was naked on the gurney. I didn't give a shoot. I thought I looked cute in my cowgirl boots. Cowgirl boots.
I could see you actually
your high heels.
having
Pink.
us have you go live on Facebook, getting a colonoscopy with the shoes on,
Hey, have you?
and maybe a hat from another
Listen,
sponsor.
If we go
Make
vi-
America Great hat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You got a CJ Cannon shirt.
We're cleaning out the swamp today.
You
There's Big Butt Palmer on the gurney there, naked except for his cowgirl boots that he got at Audrey's.
That's the image that got stuck in my head.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Can you imagine?
Try not to. Right? I'm actively trying not to. What
And-
do you mean when you say we won't have any pants on?
Explain yourself.
This is
Well,
confusing me.
We might have undies on, but the shirt kind of goes down. You know what I mean?
Where did
And
that come
so we
from?
can see our ugly man legs.
Why?
And because it's supposed to be funny, and then you're supposed to see the pink cowgirl boots that we're wearing, and then some Hollywood producer's going to see this and go, "This is funny. We need to record these guys." They watch the show on Facebook. Next thing you know, we're getting offered contracts, and all of a sudden we're hanging out with Jim Carrey, and we're making $20 million a picture.
Can I get
Yes.
that echo just for a second here? Can I get that echo for a second?
Okay.
And that is another view of the mind of Rhett.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does your brain really think that would work? Is there, or do you realize it's ridiculous?
You know, hope is the last thing to die. We were like on a major station. This would have all been pre-thought out, and now the producers we would have taken days shooting a segment of Days of Our Lives. These are the days of our lives.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then you see Chuck, and he's walking into this trailer with his pink cowgirl boots on. And then going, "I told you I loved you. I told you I loved you, baby. But you done shot my horse anyway."
Oh, how you doing? Good. Hey. Did I tell you about this Sunday? There was a new couple that came to the church, or actually it was 4 people together. They were all, you know, I don't want to say old, but they were on the older side. They weren't like young people, you know.
They were quite up the hill.
Well,
They
you know,
weren't over it yet.
they weren't up over. Yeah, they weren't over the hill. They were on the hill. They were the king of the hill.
Okay.
Okay. Either way, one of them, first time there, and one of them said to me, "Are you as weird as they say you are?" Did I tell you that? I did. Who would say that, and like, what does that mean? And do I have this reputation for being like a weirdo?
Yes, you have your entire life. That's not new. That is not new. That has been almost 32 years of your life.
So you did put lipstick over lipstick.
No, I put lipstick on.
You have a way of blending into all the walls. You blend into the sun too, so whether outside or inside. Hey Sammy! What's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you too.
Good to see you.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
How you been?
Busy.
How's everything
How's the
going with the
family,
restaurant? Yeah, everything's
brothers,
going good. Church is growing.
Nephews, nieces.
You gotta come check out our new church sometime.
I will, I promise you.